Good afternoon and good evening. It's Nigerian politics on the street. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. Yesterday, the special advisor to the president, Ajuri in Galilee, has said that the unity of Nigeria would never be negotiated, is not negotiable, and that Simon Ekpa and nnamdi Kanu should be very careful. That President Tinubu fought hard for this democracy, and that democracy must be guided jealously. That was what the special advisor to the president once against agitators. He said that the president said he fought so hard for the democracy, and that this one Nigeria is not negotiable, sir. How can you react to this, sir?
Has Tinubu not called for a disintegration of Nigeria before now? During the days of when the June 12th was annealed by IBB, Abacha and the rest, this present Tinubu not call for the disintegration of Nigeria? That is the question, and are supposed to be left on the table of special advisor to the president, talking about Ajuri Ngilele and what they want to call him. But unfortunately, that young man, if you look at him very well, I understand that young man is from that part of the world. No, I'm saying the other part of the world. The Igbos and the Biafran contest first has advanced to the next level of higher existence. So what they're saying is not just within among themselves. The Biafran quest has crossed to a higher existence. That we can no longer bring the Biafran contest low to the level of the table of Tinubu, Ngeleni, the Northern Fulani, to sit down in the same table and start discussing with them. No, unfortunately, they didn't know that the train has gone and has left them quite a long time ago. And anybody that is telling you that Nigeria is not negotiable, why are this government at this point in time powering the journalism, trying to see how they can maintain, possible disintegration that is coming at this point in time? They are not sincere to themselves, and that is why Nigeria can never work, because the leadership are not sincere. They are only sincere when the money is within their reach, when they are looting at ease, when it is their turn, like they always say, a million turn to loot. It is their turn to loot, and they cannot tell you that Nigeria is working. But we know that Nigeria is not working. Look at what the Sultan of Sokoto has just said, that the Tinubu's administration is against the North. The Sultan of Sokoto, and because he said that, they are looking for a way now to remove him. He said Nigeria is not working, and the Tinubu administration is against the North. And if you look at it, then the Vice President came out and said, no, Tinubu is not against the North. But we can see it very clearly, the reality on ground. So anybody is telling you that Biafra is not, Nigeria is not negotiable, that person is still need to be re-examined, because the Biafra is not about your word. Biafra is about divinity. Biafra is about grace. Biafra is about justice. And anywhere there is no law and justice, Biafra can never be part of it. So the reality on ground is that, one, if they like, Nigeria till tomorrow, like Woloshenka we said, is negotiable. Nigerians have never negotiated Nigeria. And even when Jonathan wanted to do it in 2014, you saw what happened. They kicked against it. Go and ask somebody like Ghanaian Adams. Ask him this question: is Nigeria negotiable? He will tell you yes, Nigeria is negotiable, and Nigeria is still negotiable till tomorrow. And that is why it has become very resilient for angels of Biafra. When I'm talking about the angels of Biafra, I'm talking about number one, Dr. Dim Emeka Ojukwu is an angel of Biafra. I'm talking about Ralph Wasirike, an angel of Biafra. I'm talking about
The Supreme Leader himself,
the Supreme King leader himself, the man in question, the man on this table, a man of many parts, a man who has come to define identity, a man who has given name to those that don't have name, a man who has given consciousness to those who have lost consciousness, a man who has given justice to those that seek for justice, a man who has given hope to the helpless, a man who has made human beings to realize that, you know, in every context there is humanity, a man who has opened the eyes of the entire Hausa land to understand that they are the indigenous people of the northern Nigeria. A man who has questioned the identity of open grazing bill. The man who has stopped the advancement of the Fulani conquest. A man who has also checkmated, you know, the sentiment, the Igbo sentiment, you know, going on everywhere in Nigeria. A man who has now come to become the celebrity of Africa. When I mean the celebrity of Africa, I'm talking about, you know, Nnamdi Kanu. He's been celebrated in Kenya. Is being celebrated in Burkina Faso. Nnamdi Kanu is being celebrated in South Africa. Nnamdi Kanu is being celebrated in Gambia. Nnamdi Kanu is being celebrated in Togo. In almost all the in Kenya, you can see it's outstanding legacies there. Today, the North, the West, the East are discussing Nnamdi Kanu. Even in the Senate, they are discussing Nnamdi Kanu. But you know, Nnamdi Kanu has continued to generate, you know, sympathy, you know, to those who understand the position where they find themselves at this point in time.
But sir, the president has also said that he fought for democracy, that he will not allow some certain individuals to jeopardize that democracy in which he fought.
Anybody that's telling you that Tinubu fought for democracy, you know, need to have his head examined. Now let me give you an instance.
The president himself said it himself.
Oga, if he had fought for democracy, he wouldn't have collapsed democracy on Democracy Day. You know, Tinubu collapsed democracy on the Democracy Day, collapsed democracy too on the day of inauguration. If he had fought for democracy, we would have seen him outstanding on the inauguration day and of course on Democracy Day. So he did not fight for democracy. On Democracy Day, talking about June 12th, you can see the movement of many Nigerians, you know, who knew what transpired during the era of Nedeko. You know, how Tinubu was being hid under the back door and was projecting something that he is not doing. Tinubu was not involved in the direct struggle of democracy. You know, he was not going to take the record of them. Ask those people who knew that fought during the Nedeko era as an appointed time. The only thing is that, you know, he leveraged on his mother's relationship with Abiola, you know, and started using his drug money to finance Nedeko at that time. And that was why the likes of Afenifere consider him as governor of Lagos State based on his contribution, you know. In terms of real struggle, you know, we will talk about Joe Oduma Kingdom. You know, these are the people who were Gani Adams. See, yes, these are the men who were directly, you know, involved. You know, Abraham Adesanya and them. These are the men who were directly involved in the struggle of Nedeko as at that time. You know, but because of that relationship the mother enjoyed with the late MK Abiola, you know, he manipulated as a cunning man, you know, a man with 9 lives, and was able to navigate his way to the governor of Lagos State. And from there, he said, if he has actually fought for democracy now, what is the dividend of democracy Tinubu fought for Nigeria? What is the dividend now? Even though now that he has had the opportunity, his government has been declared to be the worst government ever in existence in the history of Nigeria. And secondly, now Nigeria as a name is being demarcated all over the world because of Tinubu, and that was why a lot of people are angry, and the gods of the land too, you know, and tell him to be careful on Democracy Day when he was climbing the hill. You know, see, bros, they need to understand that is a big sign. No matter how you look at, if Tinubu got the guard to come out and say that Nigeria is not negotiable, then he is part of the mother of good nature.
He's part of the mother of
good nature. You might not understand what I mean. No?
I don't.
Yes, let me tell you. If you see what transpired between God, Christ, and Satan, you understand what is transpiring now between Tinubu, the government of Nigeria, and the masses. They are giving him everything he wanted. He's still asking for our head. God gave devil everything he wanted on earth. Everything he wanted. He's still asking for the head of the only begotten Son of God. He wanted to take the position of Christ. Unknowingly, like the way he's seeing us now, unknowingly to Tinubu, that we have the capacity to remove him from office any moment. Nigerians have the capacity to remove him any moment from now. So Tinubu cannot say that nobody who tells you that was Igbo man involved when the negotiation of Nigeria were there. Majority of the people that were there are Northerners and some few Yorubas. You cannot see the Igbo man was not part of the meeting. Go and check the record. We always want to be an identity of our own, a sovereignty of our own. And even in Nigerian context, the Igbos have contributed more than any tribe. What Igbos can do in Nigeria, the Yorubas and the Hausas cannot do it. That has been confirmed by the former president of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari. That has also been confirmed by the present administration, Vice President Shetima. That has also been confirmed by Olusegun Obasanjo. That has always been confirmed by Panika Ode. That has always been confirmed by Gani Adams. That has always been confirmed by so many people. United Nations, when they came to Nigeria, it has been confirmed. Lagos State has been confirmed of the ingenuity and contributions of development, economic development, commercialization of Igbo man in Nigeria, more than any tribe. And still, for 104 years of Nigerian existence, no Igbo man has been considered to be president of Nigeria. And I'm asking you, Mr. Journalist, is this the right thing to be done? And even when it was time for the Igbo man to produce the president, the conspiracy continued. We've seen the conspiracy advance. We've seen it in different angles. You know, a Yoruba man that has taken presidency denied that he doesn't know anything about presidency. But we know that at a time came when Olusegun Obasanjo became the civilian president of Nigeria. The Northerners have enjoyed their own period. But when it was time for an Igbo man to emerge as the president, he came out with a miracle. Now, you don't have a miracle the economy. Everywhere don't have a miracle.
But sir, lastly political, sir, don't you think that Nnamdi Kanu should drop this struggle of agitation and then embrace one Nigeria, so that this region who have been chanting for, who has claimed that they have been marginalized, could get a space in the political gladiators and in the political settings of Nigeria?
The space is always temporary. We don't want a temporary something. The state is always temporary. And that was why, you know, some elements of pro-Abiola in his government are pushing for regionalism. And the Northerners are kicking against regionalism. Sanusi Lamido has come out and said, you know, we are not interested in regionalism. What is happening in the North is about, you know, sovereignty too. The Boko Haram are asking for caliphate. Are we playing? The Yorubas are asking for Oduduwa Republic, Odua Nation. The Eastern Nigeria is saying Biafran. So why is it that the Biafran became, you know, a center of attraction? That the federal government can give leniency to terrorists like Meiti Allah and ask them to go. And then Nnamdi Kanu is being told not to say anything about Biafra. I think that one, it's not going to work. No matter how you look at it, it's not going to work. Nobody's going to accept that. But you can see now that those people from Kaduna, Kanu, Borno, and some part of are asking that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. That the guy has paid his due. When people start saying that, you know, they're trying to tell you that the quest for Biafra is not stoppable. Nobody can stop it.
And the quest for Biafra is not stoppable. Thank you for that wonderful submission from Mr. Chinedu Michael. Thank you. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse.